Highguard, the latest title that was announced during the Game Awards that released in January, the free title by the company, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let me get their name right.
What is
Highguard?
I know it's full of like Titanfall 2 and Apex developers and stuff like that. So
that would be Wildlight Entertainment is the developer. Wildlight is the developer and publisher. Wildlight Entertainment. Highguard. The squad has played it. Generally, I know. I've played it. I played along with Wavy, and shout out to Matt from For the Crew podcast. We've played on a team together on the game. I will say personally, I get it. I dig it. That's the kind of game that personally I generally like to have more time to be able to master, because there are people on these competitive games. Like generally, we're talking about this. We're talking about Marvel Rivals. We're talking about other things where people know the maps. There's definitely a difference between people who get on and just have fun, like noobs who just run wherever they want, and people who, as soon as the pistol fires off in the race, they know exactly where all the bones are buried, where all the shortcuts are, where the best whatever is, the best strategy, the best
where the loot is at. You know
what I'm saying? I'm mid to max that. Like almost like I don't need to know where everything is, but generally I would move in a way that at least be able to counter people to win. There's a difference between like getting demolished and at least having a good back and forth, right? So, but I'm getting that feeling I had when reason I got Halos, because I was trying to get trashed. I would need a little more time to cook in there and practice, maybe playing with different characters and knowing different things about how things work. I do like what it offers. I do like what it offers.
Yeah, I mean, you got my thoughts. I think it's a nice middle of the road kind of game. I don't think it's something great. I think it's good. Like to me, it's like a 7 out of 10, and there's nothing wrong with a 7 out of 10. Like yes, that's still a passing grade. That still means it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's some stuff they could work on, like I guess the progression system. I guess you say the menu. It felt like it was a little undercooked and everything like that. I mean, I think when I first played the game, we played a 3v3, because when it first came out, only had 3v3, and I think the next week or next day had a 5v5 mode. And I think the main thing that me and Matt for Crew was saying, shout out to the homie Matt for Crew from For the Crew podcast, like Frosty said, the main thing we said was that like, yo, these maps are way too big for a 3v3. That's what we said, just because like, and we would be the type to like go into like when the gates open for us to get the loot, we would go to where the shield breakers at, and we would go over there. But it's still hard to still find people and stuff. So that's why we were saying like, hey, if they made the maps a little bit smaller, it'd probably be a little bit better. And then next thing they had a 5v5 mode, which we never played the 5v5 mode because the whole squad was never online. You know, people talked about it in the chat, whatever, and they never showed up. So, so we don't know how that worked out, but I could assume that like when like, cause it's basically a game where you get the shield breaker and you try to put it into the other person's base, and then once you do that, you try to take over it, take the walls down, try to explode like the detonators and stuff like that. I can only imagine that. I think that's when like the real action starts happening. Getting the shield breaker and then doing the raid, whatever. Yeah, that's where everybody's at. They're trying to shoot each other, trying to get the detonator. I can only imagine a 5v5 over there. Like, oh, that will probably be sick. But yeah, I think the game is fun. I think trying to find people in the 5v5 mode, like, I feel like that would be, like I said, be really crazy just trying to do the raid part, because there would just be a whole lot of hectic bullets flying everywhere. So that would probably be super fun at that point. But like I said, I think this game got some unnecessary hate from people. I don't think Keeley made it any better putting it at that exact slot in the Game Awards, and then also coming out that like they didn't even pay for this promotion at the Game Awards or the trailer. It's a rumor that like Keeley off the strength was like, yo, this game is fire, let me put this at the Game Awards and everything. But then him putting at the last spot, that probably didn't help, because like when people saw it, they were like, it was ready to hate. So I mean, And I heard people. I think I saw a video of some people saying that like Healy may have to like just like his opinion may be a little like whatever now, which I'm not gonna say that. I mean, like I said, I still think the game is good. So I don't think it deserves all the hate that it's getting right now. And I feel like people are just hating just to hate. I heard people saying that it's like a Concord 2. I'm just like, that's crazy.
I saw that someone said a Concord 2 about something that was announced during the state of play. I saw people were saying that during like the marathon section.
I've heard that. I've heard that too. Because I've heard mixed things about that too. I heard when the alpha came out, people were kind of singing a different tune that like this they need to do a little more on this, and like it's not that good right now. But when a different closed beta came out and people were playing it, people were like, "Oh, it's actually getting a lot better now," and I can actually play this. So it was singing two different tunes when the alphas and the beta came out and everything, and we'll get more into marathon later, but. Yeah, it's on the same kind of thing right now with Marathon. That's a $40 game. I think it's $40.
Yes, but ironic that Concord 2 is like not the slur right now, but you know what I mean. Like that's the big hot word. It's the big hot word. Like, oh, you just a Concord 2. Like you finna be like, oh, don't call me that. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, it low-key is a slur right now. And like I said, I think in our Astro group, Desert was the only one that actually played, and he's been on record saying that it wasn't bad. It was actually good. Is that it came out at a time where hero shooters are free. Why are you $40?
Yeah, so. You weren't offering anything that the others didn't, but better. You know, so
right.
Yeah, you know, wrong time, right idea, wrong time.
Right, and I mean, we did post today that it came out that Highguard's developer was it Wildlight Studios, Wildlight Entertainment. Apparently, they laid off most of their staff just now.
Yeah,
like, I think there was a LinkedIn job posting saying that like one of the developers was saying that they got laid off and they were excited to like release some unreleased stuff. Coming soon to the game. And
I got you via Polygon.com. Shout out to them. Usually great reporting on the gaming industry. Yeah. Wildlight hit their team with layoffs. Unfortunately, first spotted or announced in a series of posts, like you mentioned, on LinkedIn before the company confirmed it in a statement on X. Highguard.
Oh, they confirmed
it on X. The studio's first game that was released in January, 2 weeks ago as of this recording. Layoffs span across disciplines: gameplay engineers, software engineers, UI engineers, UI designers, and more. Level designer Alex Garner said on LinkedIn that most of the team at Wildlight was let go. Polygon has not been able to verify how many people were let go exactly, but a post on X reads, let me see. Wildlight directed Polygon towards a statement on X. And here's a statement as follows. Today, we made an incredibly difficult decision to part ways with a number of our team members while keeping a core group of developers to continue innovating on and supporting the game, said the statement. We're proud of the team, talent, and the product we've created together. We're also grateful for players who gave the game a shot and those who continue to be a part of our community. Yeah.
People are not your homies. That's crazy.
So we can't be in their books. We don't know what the reasons are. It's a shame. And we always talk about this. We've talked about this for the last few years. And we're talking about mass layoffs for gaming companies, for developers, other people who help make video games come to life, whatever reasons there are for the companies. And we've even talked about early day Nintendo. We're not talking about current Nintendo, but early day Nintendo CEOs would take pay cuts to make sure that the people could stay on staff and continue to make the product.
Yeah, man.
The president at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was Iwata. Was it Iwata?
I believe so. Initial critical reception from Polygon was glowing, but Highguard struggled to find an audience. Highguard received his first new playable character, so as of last week, rolled along with an update that fine-tuned the gameplay, giving a broad impression that Highguard was turning the ship around. You can read more on the article at polygon.com. So,
and just to confirm, it was Iwata in 2014.
Okay.
I was like, he had a 50% salary reduction for himself, and that was in 2014. So that was when the Ryu performance was like really in the dirt. So you say, you know what? I'll take the cut, so we don't got to fire nobody.
It's valid.
Very, very commendable.
Yeah.
I don't know about today.
Wildlight had previously planned a year of content for the shooter. Whether or not those things will actually come about, it will remain to be seen.
Hopefully they do. I mean, I think, like I said, the game could use that. I mean, they're like you said, they already added a new character, and there's probably gonna be more to come. There's probably more modes coming and stuff like that. But these layoffs they come for everybody.
Not discriminating.
And another major game is coming for actually